So I'm Zach Harding, and I am doing a blogcast about a podcast, I guess. Blogcast, same thing. It's gonna be on the blog, but I'm doing a podcast about Effects Twin. Right now, currently in the industry, I am I guess, producer in a sense of the term today. I have been in studios helping a friend of mine do vocal stuff, but I also make music. So in the sense, I'm a producer. I'm also doing a lot of mixing and mastering for my friend Bailey Moore, and yeah, and I'm also doing a show on YouTube, doing the sounds for that and doing the field recording. So I'm going to talk about Effects Twin here. So we got this guy who his name is Richard D. James, and I've been listening to his stuff for a while, and I like it, and I think most would agree that he's very, 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 I guess you'd say unconventional, but I guess I wouldn't quite put it that far. He does have this very soothing sounds to his music, and I think one of the coolest ones that I like, I actually own the CD, is Selected Ambient Works, which people like have described him to Brian Eno, who helped out, doing David Bowie stuff, and kind of took from Kraftwerk. And I know that Effects Twin has been influenced by Kraftwerk, and they said that in the Rolling Stone it said the Effects Twin expanded way beyond the ambient music of Brian Eno by fusing lush soundscapes with oceanic beats and bass lines. I think that's the best way to describe his works and Selected Ambient Works. He's like a son of Kraftwerk, I guess I would put it in that way, but has gone beyond, like they say, Brian Eno's, the way he had his lush landscapes. I feel like he's done it better and has taken it and ran with it in a way. And people who have been influenced by him, namely one huge one, you can even hear it in their music, is Radiohead. They've been asked to play with him. I think they did a little work with him, but one of the reasons why I think Richard wouldn't play with them is he said he didn't really like them, which is interesting. As I read up more about him, he's pretty straightforward, and he'll say, "Look, I just don't really enjoy him, so I don't really want to do anything with him," which maybe prima donna or no, who knows. But it's interesting because he started this. He founded the record label Reflex Records, and who's been big in doing stuff, and many magazines have described him as the most inventive and influential figure in the contemporary electronic music. Now, I think that's going up there against Kraftwerk. I think they're probably the most influential, but I definitely think that he had a lot to say with his music, and still does have a lot to say. There's been things saying that they might come out with a new album soon. I think, all in all, the impact that he's had, just in name of Radiohead, and just giving the sense that electronic music does not need to have this solid beat to it. It can be like waves crashing. It can be all these different. It doesn't have to be 4/4 time, for example. I mean, so many people kept to that. It could be 3/4. It could be 7/8. It could be anything. 16/2. And he kind of broke away from that and said, "Look, I want to create landscapes. I want to create visual scenes that if you've never listened to his stuff, it's amazing. You can close your eyes." And the song that's playing right now, Rhubarb, off his album, blanking on the album, but off his album, or one of his albums, is in itself just moving. And you close your eyes and you're on a beach, or you're somewhere far away from wherever you are right now, and you don't need to be doing anything to be just listening to his music and just appreciating it. I feel like it's affected the music industry into saying that, look, we don't need. Yes, dance music is awesome, for a club and stuff like that, but you can also be listening to electronic music and have it, on the beach or somewhere else. You don't need to be just listening to Jack Johnson or something like that in those places. I feel like he should be studied closer, just because of the way he does his sounds and the instruments he's using. And he's using lots of Rolands, he's using a couple Korgs. I know he's not using a Moog, which is interesting to me, considering the Moog is the pinnacle of things, but I think it's partly because of the music he plays. And when you listen to a Moog, as you see right back there, right there, it's a little bit more poppy and a little bit more, the sound waves. You can get those. I guess you can get those smoother sine waves, but it's just still is just it's polyphonic. It's a monophonic, so you can't just be doing all these big orchestral things. And I think he just strayed away from that more. And I think the impact that he's had on me musically has just been, sometimes, you can stray that way with electronic music. And I like to cut out from the beat and not have my tempo going and just play for a minute and then come back in. And I think people need to start to realize that all techno music is not. I think would be the best way to put it. But thank you very much, and I hope you have a good night.